Hello, this is Awkward Senpai and welcome to this final part where we colored the hair. So the first thing you want to do is fill the hair with the base color, and you can always change the base color after you've just covered the entire area. Then you can play around with the colors and the curves and to see if it changes to something you prefer. After you're done coloring, what I like to do is add a few gradient layers. I like to add a light gradient on the top part of the head, or whichever direction you feel that light is going to come from. And then I like to add another gradient towards the lower portion of the hair and just use a different color which is distinguished from the base color, just to add a little extra effect. So in this case I made it greenish while the base color was a bluish gray, and I made the top a light purplish. You don't want the gradient colors to really be very distinguished from the base color, so you might want to lower the opacity of those layers a bit down so that they don't look too in your face. After that, you'd want to work on the shadows, and that's pretty much self-explanatory. You just grab that airbrush and just fill up the areas which should already be marked by the line art, mostly where you think the shadows are, and otherwise you can add a few here and there, like the partings and areas behind the neck, or maybe some place where there's an overlap. I like to use a darker purple or a dark reddish color rather than a hard black because I feel it looks better. And of course, if you want to add some indirect lighting, now's the time to add it. And then comes adding the highlights or the shiny part of the hair. And what I like to do is I take a pen and keep it about 3 or 4 width, and then I take an add layer and I just like to make these dashes and to just sketch out the rough shape of the shine however I want it. And after I'm done with the entire hair, what I like to do is take the smudge tool and then just run it along the direction the hair is supposed to be going. And I don't do it too much, I do it maybe twice or thrice. I do it twice mostly, and that the smudging effect gives it the soft effect which I'm looking for, and it covers up the rough sketching which you did a step back, so it completely takes care of the shine construction, I think. Yeah, so I run that through every single part of shine which I added, and once I'm done with the smudge tool, what I like to do is to take whatever the ambient color is and then just run that through. And I like to experiment with some colors after I'm done to see what looks best, and I'll probably decide on my ambient color after that. Or even if it's the other way, if I know what color I want to use, I just run that through the shine and make sure that reflects on the hair. Okay, so with that, you should be done with the coloring exactly how you want it to. Now, you probably want to add some post effects. So some things I like to do is to make a copy of the line art and then just use Gaussian blur on that. Put it under the actual line art and then make it a reddish or a reddish color. And what that does is it gives a soft edge to the line art, and it really looks good in contrast to the background or anything. It gives a softer edge to the picture. Sometimes I like to put an overlay, like in this case I put a overlay on it which kind of changes the entire ambient lighting of the picture, and it also kind of brings out the line art under the layers, so that looks pretty cool. What you can do is make a copy of your picture, blur it, put it on top of the original, and then use a soft eraser to just get rid of the middle, so the parts which you want to be blurred, they stay blurred behind, and that gives it that bokeh depth of field effect. And of course I like to play around with colors a bit after I'm done with the painting. That just gives me a little bit of freedom with how I want the end result to look like. So with all that work put in, this is what my final picture looks like. I made a basic background with it's just colors and shapes and blurred out shapes. So this is what became from that blank canvas, the really rough sketch, the more detailed line art and painting, to this. And I like to say it looks pretty good. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you'd like to discuss or leave some tips, or if you have any questions in general, just you can hit me up on any of my social medias. I've left the links below, or you can just comment here. Please comment here and subscribe to the channel if you like the content. I'd really love to get some more engagement. Thanks for watching. This was Awkward Senpai, and I'll see you again later. Bye.